So, totally unexpected. My dog is boring after a bath. Hey everyone, All of the Chug here bringing you tips you can do at home to go above and beyond with your pet care. We're going to be back in the kitchen today because we need the sink. New reasons this time. I also want to show you something before we get started. Firstly, I cleaned the rabbit cage, so we're just going to stop in and peek in and say hi to Billy. So I cleaned the rabbit enclosure today, which Billy kind of ruffled up the corner there, but love a clean cage. So all the linens are clean, and look at this. You know, we've got the clean bathroom, we got a clean rabbit, Billy got a little brushing. All right, we're back. We're in the kitchen, like I said. You saw that new tank, you've seen Billy. Let's get to what the video is really about, and that's washing dogs. Before I actually start washing them, because it's probably gonna be hard to hear me with the water running, a couple tips. So, when you wash a dog, I'm washing mine in the sink because they're small enough for the sink. You can wash your dog in a bathtub, or if you have a wash basin or like a mud room with a drain, something like that. I don't recommend washing your dog outdoors with a hose. And mainly the reason I say that, a lot of people do that with larger dogs because they don't want to put them in the tub or bring them inside and wash them and get messy that way. I really don't like washing dogs outside with a hose for two reasons. One, the hose itself, if you don't have a soft spraying kind of a shower nozzle, the hose itself can be painful for the dog depending on the pressure you're spraying with, and it just feels a little cruel to me. The other main reason I don't like washing with a hose is most people, your hose is not hooked up to your hot water heater, and so you're spraying your dog with the hose with whatever temperature water that is contained within your plumbing. So if it's winter and you're washing your dog, that's gonna be very cold water and very cold air. If it's summer and you're washing your dog, it's gonna be like hot hose water and then switch to cold very quickly. And it's just not a good experience for the dog. Then they'll become afraid of your hose, and then when you're using your hose, they're running around frantic because they think you're gonna bathe them. And I'm just not a hose bather. Take it to a groomer if you truly don't wanna do it inside. Invest that money, it's worth it. It's worth your dog's happiness. But like I said, we're trying to come up with tips to help you save money and that kind of stuff by doing stuff at home. So I'm bathing my dogs at home. So to start, you just kind of set up your area, have a towel nearby, have your shampoo. And so what I've got is I've got a single towel. Olive and Minnie share a towel. They're both small enough to where they're not going to soak through this towel. And so I can use one towel for both. But depending on the size of the dog and how many dogs you have, you might want to grab extra towels. The other thing I have is the shampoo. I'm not using any special shampoo this time. Sometimes I use Wondercide shampoo because it's organic and it's actually really sudsy. It comes in a bar, which I didn't think would work because how do you bar wash a dog? I don't know. So I love Wondercide though, because then when I did try it, it's super sudsy and you can actually just kind of rub the bar on the dog and they get foamy themselves. Ran out of that, so today I am using the Well & Good brand of dog shampoo. This one's the flea and tick formula. My dogs don't really have a flea and tick problem, but our house does back up to kind of an open field area, and we just went camping, and so I'm just gonna use the flea and tick formula to make sure, you know, their skin's healthy and that they don't have any bugs on them. And then once they're dry, I'm gonna be spraying the Wondercide flea and tick kind of like body mist. And this is just the small can, and it's just to kind of, regardless of the shampoo I'm using, I like to use that stuff, and it smells good. So it's kind of like a perfume after their spa treatment there. So we're ready, we have everything. I'm gonna try and talk over the water. If you end up not being able to hear me well, I apologize ahead of time, but I just wanna get to the bathing part, so let's do that. Olive's in the sink. So the next thing you wanna do is get your water set up, or you could do this ahead of time. If you have a dog that hates baths, set your water first so it's ready, have everything ready, and then put your dog in, wash it, get it out there. So Olive's fine. I'm just gonna heat up the water a little bit, and I'm not gonna put the water where it's a nozzle like this. I'm gonna do the spray function. If you don't have a spray function, that's fine. It's just a little bit of a water saver. So I'm gonna start wetting Olive down. I want you to notice how I'm doing this. the nozzle is right up against her fur, and there's a reason for that. The reason why most dogs actually don't like bathing, besides the water factor, is owners will hold the nozzle away from the dog like this, and that spraying up against their skin actually feels funny to them. It could be ticklish for some dogs. It's just a weird sensation they're not used to, and so you want to hold your nozzle up against your dog, and that can really help kind of with the bathing procedure. And notice all sitting calmly because she's, used to this. I said she is a calm bather, but it's partially because I'm taking these extra steps to make it more pleasant for her. Turning that off temporarily to save water, and now I'm gonna suds her up. You wanna follow the directions on the soap you're using. You can use you don't have to use the soaps I talked about today. You can use oatmeal soaps, homemade stuff. I've heard of people using Dawn. I've never tried it and haven't really bothered to look into it, but I prefer to use pet safe organic soaps because I know they're pet safe and I know they're organic. You use what you use, but follow the directions on the label. This one, you just kind of suds your dog down and let him sit in it a minute, which is what I'm gonna do. So getting her all soaked. This is a well-deserved bath after going camping. It's been a couple days since we're home. I should have bathed them the first day, but I forgot to. Okay, Olive's gonna sit there a couple minutes, and I'm gonna give you another tip while she soaks in her little flea soap here. While we're soaking Olive, it'll just take a couple minutes for these suds to soak in, and then we'll rinse her down. Notice I am petting her while she waits. It's just a comfort thing. You can do it with your dog. Some soaps don't require the soaking period. I just do it for a little bit to get the extra clean in. Another tip I have for you with your pets, besides holding the sprayer to the dog, is the temperature of the water. This may seem obvious, but I think sometimes owners will actually go too warm for the dog. So you know you don't want cold water on the dog. That doesn't feel good. They're warm-blooded like we are. Most people don't like to take cold showers, and your dog doesn't either. So warm water, not hot. And you want to kind of think of your dog as a toddler or a baby. What you want is kind of like a room temperature warm. So get the water to where it's not hot, it's not cold, and then just a little warmer than that, just a tad. For some people, you don't want to go for what feels good to you, because honestly, I take the hottest shower I can. I love hot showers, but I'm a cold-natured person. For a dog, they wouldn't enjoy the same shower temperature that I take. So I just go to where it's just room temperature water and just slightly warmer so it feels good to their skin. Olive's ready, let's wash her down. Olive is rinsed. Now I'm going to dry her off. She knows she's done. Now I'm going to dry her off. After that, I would let her fully dry on her own. I would brush her down once, and then I'm going to do that flea spray like I mentioned before. So I'm gonna go do that really quickly, and then I'll bring Minnie back and we'll wash her, and I'll give you a couple more tips, and we're done. Brought Minnie back. Olive's running around drying herself and doing zoomies, you might hear in the back. So Minnie doesn't like bathing as much, so I'm gonna try and be quicker about this. Before I start, another tip that I thought of, if you don't have a nozzle like this and you wanna do your dog in the bath, if you have a larger dog, or maybe even you still wanna go outside, you could also get like a kiddie pool and fill that and kind of let that sit to room temperature, and then wash your dog in the kiddie pool or your bathtub using basically a filled area and a cup with water. That also feels better still than holding the nozzle away. So even if you have a nozzle like in a bathtub and it's too far to reach your dog, try using a cup. Okay, we're sudsing her up. She'll be done soon. She does also have to do the kind of the wait time, and especially, like I said, if your dog doesn't like it, you know, pet them, rub them, talk nicely to them. It just helps make the experience better, even if they're not one to enjoy baths or they're pulling out to get out of the bath. So obviously my dogs stay in the sink. They don't really try and jump out. Some dogs do. Some dogs will try everything in their power to escape the bath time. For that, buy a collar that's not their normal collar, something that's more water safe, that's not gonna get nasty like a cloth collar. But buy a collar that's specifically for baths, or a harness that's loose, so that way you can still wash under that harness, but buy something that you can kind of help gets a grip on your dog because if you get stressed, they get stressed, and they're gonna try harder and harder to get out. So get something that gets you that good grip to really help you out so that your dog can be calmer and you can really kind of hold them there. If it takes 2 people to wash your dog, then it takes 2 people. So my tips I want to emphasize, there's nothing magical here. It's stuff to make your life easier and to help you be a better pet owner. But you know, everyone's different, and if something works better for you, then that's what you gotta do. Minnie's ready, she's soaked long enough, she probably wants to jump out. I'm spraying her down now. Done, time to dry her off, and then I'll try and get some video of them acting crazy. I think everybody knows this experience. Dogs love baths, they act crazy after baths. So bear with me, we'll get Minnie dry. My dog is boring after a bath. I mean, normally she's just sprinting and running around. And here's Olive. Did I wear you out or what? There we go. You guys can see Minnie's after bath dance, where she looks like she's swimming on land. Oh, Min. Minnie! Does that feel good? Are you clean? There's the star of the show, sitting in bed. Apparently bathing wears Olive out. Alright, bye guys, thanks for watching. This has been Olive the Chug with Minnie and Billy and the nice new cabinet tank that we're gonna fix up. Bye bye.